What's going on, you guys? Yeah, everyone grab their pink comforter. I got the worst haircut ever. This is my haircut. Look at that.
Oh, and then you said Pat Dixon does have a past.
He's DeVito. His chin is kinda neato. He's Ray DeVito. He is a Guido. He's not a pedo. His name is Ray DeVito. Problems with his pedo. He's kind of retardito. Is Ray DeVito. His chin is pretty neato. That Ray DeVito. Your information he'll repeat-o. That stinky Guido. That's Ray DeVito. Rock Bottom podcast starts now.
What's up? What's going on, you punks? Welcome, Rock Bottom Podcast, Ray DeVito. I don't usually go now. I don't usually go in the afternoon. I'm usually a night podcast guy. So yeah, people, this afternoon, a little matinee, if you will. I got the lovely comedian Zoe Levy with me. How are you, Zoe?
Hello, I'm doing well, thank you.
What's going on with you? How are things in New York City today? What am I missing in the Big Apple?
Crazy congestion pricing's coming back. I'm very upset.
What's coming back? What kind of
congestion pricing?
Oh, I heard that. So now,
yeah.
Well, it's not coming back. It never existed before.
Yeah, but it was set to hit, and now it's set to hit again. Unless I feel like there's a possibility it's in effect for like 2.5 weeks, and then Trump kills it. That's my hope.
Yeah, so it's a thing. Like, what's going on? I guess in New York City, and I'm a guy that drives in New York City. I have a car.
I know. Too.
So
it's $9 a day to enter below 60th.
Yeah, and that's right where I come in, right over that 59th Street Bridge. So that's going to be $9 just to
use that shitty bridge, that potholy bridge.
Yeah. So that's going to be $9 just to go back and forth over that bridge. Mm-hmm. But what time of day is it? Is it during the day or is it at night too?
The whole day.
It's the whole day.
9 p.m. Yeah. If you leave after 9 p.m., it's 75% less. So it'd be like $2.75 because it's $9.
Because it's I know it's $9, but it's $9 just to enter the city. That's shit.
I know.
That's
I know.
You know what I'm gonna do then? This is what I got to do. Even when it sucks that it's like this time of year as well, because it's gonna get colder out. Because I have a bicycle and I'll ride my bike a lot, like during normal weathers. But yeah, $9, man. Because I like I said, like
15. That was gonna be brutal. It was originally 15, and in 6 years it will be 15.
They can't be doing this. It's got to get shot down.
I know. So it needs federal approval, state approval, and city approval. And the city was gung-ho. And then Kathy Hochul, the state, was like, let's not approve. And then she was like, okay, let's take it down. But the federal government could squash it. Trump said
I hope so.
But then
I don't even get the import. I don't even get the.
It needs to be improved, but why charge the drivers? Like, we don't even touch public transit. Like, why does it fall on us to make public transit better?
Yeah, like New York's expensive as it is. Like, just what do you call it? Like, just entering the city. What is it at the GW? Something like 15. I don't know. It's like I think it's like 18.
Oh, really?
And then you got to take the Triborough, which is like another like 6 something. I mean, I don't see it because I put it all on Easy Pass, but I just know that every time I'm in New York, every couple days I get deducted $100 out of my thing for auto replenish.
Yeah, so that's a bummer.
Yeah, and especially like because comedy sets don't even pay that much, so it's like that's my spot pay. My spot pay is $25.
I make like $25 to host. Like that's gonna now be. It's like okay, I made $16 to host.
I guess I'm just gonna have to do the MTA, and you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to bring my bike on the MTA with me because, like, as you know, at night the MTA just decides it quits.
It's so crowded. MTA. It's gonna get even more crowded. It's insane.
Well, even when it's not crowded, it's just expensive, or it's not.
Convenient.
It's
Yeah.
not convenient. Like I'll
Yeah,
be.
no, it's forever. It's like 30 minutes to the next train. You're like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
But like the F train turns into the M train, and it suddenly like it's no more local stops. And it's always at night, the worst time, when it's probably the most dangerous to be traveling.
Yeah, I certainly don't feel safe down there at night.
Well, and NYC's gotten worse too.
Yeah, it's too bad.
So it says it's going to start.
Could kill it.
This is the other thing I hate. Here's another thing I hate. I'm trying to pull up this story so like people can kind of know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I pull up this. I pull up the NYC congestion thing, right? All right. So it starts January 5th. I click on this news story, and immediately it's like, okay,
well,
they want me to buy the new. Then don't be.
No commitment required. Just give us money now. Gotham, it should be, yeah.
So feds sign off on NYC congestion prices for tolls to start January 5th.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to ride my bike. I got nothing else to do but ride my bike now. There's no other way about it. I just got to bring my bike.
Start taking more shows in Brooklyn. That's what I'm gonna do. Because if you take the FDR and you don't exit the FDR, you avoid it.
If you where do you come?
I come from Upper East.
So you're on the Upper East Side. So okay, so you need your car.
It would be nice. Yeah.
Well, I know everybody needs it, but I mean, I'm just saying.
I just don't feel safe on the trains. I like
I being a woman.
I'm paying free parking all over the city, so now I'm like, but I'm gonna get hit every time. So that's,
I guess I'm just gonna be biking it more. I wonder if city bikes will go up because this went up. This is the problem in New York City, man.
Everything goes up.
I
need to get a new iPhone before the tariffs go into effect. Instead of $1,200, it's like $1,600 for an iPhone.
What do you?
Trump's gonna put all these tariffs into effect, and then everything's gonna go up. So if you need new electronics, get it now.
You being serious?
I'm being dead serious.
Don't scare me about this stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't scare me about all this stuff. Like I don't know, like a lot of things going on. Like, I don't know you saw this. So apparently Ellen DeGeneres, she doesn't like Trump or whatever. So she left. She moved.
Yeah.
She went to the UK.
Good for her. I wish I could.
Everyone's like, "Ooh, it's a big deal." I don't think it's a big deal, but then I just like watching like rich people or celebrities like fight in the news.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Elon Musk thinks he thinks it's a different reason why she moved. So she left. So but then I like how Elon Musk his whole thing is just like starting. I think he bought Twitter just so he could like start wars with people, and then also just like he's got access to everyone's old tweets. So he's thinking the reason why she left is because of this. Dude, he just wants. And didn't Trump just give him a job? What's he doing now? He put him ahead of the Department of Government Efficiency, whatever that is.
That's
government. So that's what Elon Musk does now. But Elon Musk dug up this from 2016, where all it is Ellen saying, "Happy birthday, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs," or as I call him, Cuddle McSnuggle stuff. You don't need to know why at I Am Diddy. So they're just saying happy birthday. So he's trying to say that she's somehow involved in his parties. And that's the real reason.
She's not into guys.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't think just because, I mean, there was a time P. Diddy was like one of the biggest celebrities out there. Everyone was friends with him.
Right. Just
to be friends with him. It doesn't mean you had to go to his parties. And also, like, and so I don't know, but I do think this is a weird day. Imagine if like Ronald Reagan, I mean, he's before your time. You don't,
I know.
I guess he started. Yeah. Imagine if like FDR, he's before all of our time. If he spent the whole time like fucking talking shit about whoever was running Australia, like
It's a new
on
breed.
social media. Like, it's
Social media's brought out like the worst in people for sure.
yeah, it's insane
Mhm.
that this guy's going to be working for the government, and he's bringing, and also like people just throwing around like pedo allegations all the time. Like it's just like it's like the same as just calling someone a jerk now.
I think Ellen left because she couldn't get work here, and she's like, "Well, in England, they don't really care if you treat your employees like shit."
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing I was going to say too. Also, she kind of like ran out of good, good,
They turned against her. The public.
yeah, because
Yeah.
was it just one employee came out, and then after one employee,
They all
then
did.
like then they all
Yeah.
did. Then they were all like, "Yeah, she does stink."
Yeah.
Like no
They're like, yeah, she
one's,
pranks us.
yeah, no one stuck by her. Like everyone was like, "Yeah, she is a work, a lot of work," and that's insane because like she always presented herself as like the common person.
Mhm.
Like I'm just
Relatable.
one of you. Like I'm just, I'm just here trying to get by. Like she'd be going up to celebrities, taking pictures. Like this is what because this is what an everyday person would want to do is like take
Mhm.
pictures with celebrities. And she was in a position where she was able to do that. So it's like, hey, here we go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's supposed to be the relatable one. And now, yeah, if I was a millionaire, I could pick up and leave this country. Guess what? I can't.
Yeah.
I can't even afford the $9 to go do my comedy shows. Now what am I going to do?
I know.
So it's $9 for the whole day. So if I
Yeah,
pay
for the whole day.
so if I
Okay,
pay the
so if you're
$9
low
once,
income and a New York City resident, you can apply for a 50% off exemption after 10 trips in a calendar month. So once you give them $90, you can be like, okay, now it's $450. But that's still like
that's
just below 60th, like the island of Manhattan.
yeah, $90 a month just to get it like
Just to
reduced
get it.
is
Yeah.
insane. That's like a
Yeah.
cell phone payment.
Yeah.
That's like a cell phone payment for your whole month. And it's
It
like
is for the MTA. I'm like, why don't you tax New Yorkers more, New York City people more? The crazy thing is the MTA, I just found this out last night. The MTA is owned by the state of New York, not the city.
and they
That's
could
why it's
literally
beneficial.
care less too,
Yeah.
the MTA. Like I remember taking the train back from the Yankees game, the playoff game.
Mhm.
I only wear this because they lost. They lost the World Series. They beat my
Yeah.
Indians. I went to the ALCS game too.
Mhm.
And
Well,
the
you're
train
bringing
just
your
like quit. Like yeah, we don't go to Queens anymore. And it's like, okay.
like, you
So
gotta go back to Manhattan. You're like, yeah.
I guess I just live here for the night. Like,
Yeah.
how do I,
Yeah.
So I rented a
That's
city
off the
bus.
bridge.
So I just got a city bike. I just paid the $20 for a city bike, and it's like, I guess it's 1 a.m, but I'm just gonna ride a city bike.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Easy.
it's now you're from upstate. How did you get to New York City?
I went to grad school in the city for a couple of years, so that's when I moved to the city.
That's when he. Where'd you go to grad school?
2019, Columbia
Oh,
University.
Columbia. Oh, damn.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you, who else went to Columbia? Did Malia Simon go to Columbia?
Yes, as did Greg Giraldo.
Greg Giraldo,
Period.
senior.
Proper. Yeah.
Oh, because junior, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
co-produce a weekly. Yeah,
Oh,
he
you
went to
do that
Columbia
with
College.
Greg? You do that with Greg Giraldo Jr.?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I know Greg. Tell him I
Yeah,
said hello.
okay, cool.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, we're going on the road next month to the Midwest. We could
Where you going to?
St. Paul.
St. Paul, Minnesota?
Yeah.
All right. And what are you
And
doing
then
out there?
Lake Ozark.
All right.
And then Round Lake, Montana. Yeah.
Okay. He's one of my best friends, Jesse Joyce, who was he would write with he's one of the head writers on Kill 'Em Now, but he was a sponsor for Greg Giraldo for a while, and he would go on the road with him. He was his writing partner too. He would write then he ended up writing like Comedy Central roast jokes, but he knows Greg Giraldo from back when he was a kid.
Right. The Bronx.
The one weekend he wasn't working with them is the weekend he relapsed at the Stress Factory.
Yeah, in Rutgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and by the way, last time, so we did the road together in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And you were telling me
It's
some
so proud.
yeah, and
Yeah, what was I saying?
No, you were telling me because I was like, I was going back to Cleveland, and you were like, oh yeah, some guy that's a fan of mine on the internet wants to pay me, or
To fly me out,
he wanted to fly you out to
put
Cleveland
me up in a hotel,
and put you up in a hotel.
go on a date with me.
They wanted to go on a date with you.
And I was like,
Yes.
Greg, are we road tripping it? Like,
And for me, it was
you were
like,
like,
I was like,
"You're
okay.
gonna
I'm
leave
like,
this
are you
man down there."
interested in the guy?
Yeah.
And were you interested in the guy?
No.
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 So don't go. I was
I
like, don't go.
I didn't. I have someone doing
Yeah.
the same thing about Amsterdam right now, though. He's like, I want to fly out to Amsterdam. The internet's a weird place for women.
But that's also that's just
Someone emailed me last Sunday. They were like, hi, like I'm writing to see if you're interested in selling. I would be willing to pay up to $800 for a pair of your used panties. Just let me know if you're interested. Is that crazy? The
I
subject
would have
line was
said yes
question
to
about
that.
selling clothes.
I would have
What?
said yes to that. That who wants my that? Yes, say
That's a
yes
fair
to
deal.
that.
They,
Yeah, I mean, I
what's
was
the
like,
up to? He's like, depends how dirty it is.
how dirty do you want them? I don't care about that. You
Like, do you want workout panties? Do you want foreplay panties? Do you want stress panties?
for that, I'd say yes to that. I'll
Yeah.
say yes to that right now. I'll
Yeah.
sell mine. Who wants my
That's
fucking
what Adam Mueller
underpants?
was saying. But then he was making fun of me. Like, I just feel like male comics aren't going to respect me if I like take men up on these weird offers.
Dude, Karen Fian would do that in a second. Everyone respects her.
Okay.
I would do that. What are you talking about? Sometimes you got to take advantage of being a lady and something like that. As long as you don't physically have to go.
Yeah.
You know, now if
true.
he's like, I need you to hand deliver these panties, then I'd say no,
Yeah.
no. But like, I just send you these underpants.
For
Take
800,
my underpants,
send me
please.
half first. Down deposit.
Yeah. It'd be one of those things. Like, yeah, I'm here. It is. Now here's the deal. I wouldn't put my address.
Right.
I wouldn't put a return address.
Just send it into the ether. Yeah, I mean, it's a good deal. $800.
Or to get my own PO box, and those things are only like $25 a month, and just put that as a return address. So I guess you could just wait until you show up at your fucking mailbox once a month.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see. Am I being wrong here? Am I?
No, a lot of men have been like, do it. I'd do it.
I'd do that in a second. Just you don't go.
Yeah.
Your
Someone
underwear
Venmoed
can
me
go.
$100 just because you're beautiful. That was nice.
What's that?
Someone Venmoed me $100 just because you're beautiful.
I don't get those. I don't get a hey, you're beautiful. No one is called beautiful.
No one's giving you free money.
No, we got some super chatters. Pull up some of these guys. James, and damn, Bob's daughter is hot. Do you know Bob Levy? Bob Levy's a good guy.
I know of him.
You know of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the same last name.
Big deal.
He did not go to Columbia. he struggles to read. He's a good. He just got new teeth. He went to Turkey to get teeth.
Really?
Would you go to Turkey to get teeth, or would you get your teeth
Here.
right here in America?
Here, America, for sure.
Even
I did
though-
philosophy at Columbia, so I did something useless but fascinating.
What's that?
I did philosophy at Columbia, so I did something useless but fascinating.
You went to Columbia for fucking philosophy?
Yeah. Yeah, grad program.
What?
Specialized, yeah. Applied ethics.
Why the hell would someone, and for what? What can you do with philosophy? No offense. I got an
You have to become a
MBA.
philosophy professor, or you work for Google and they're like board of ethics. They're like ethics department.
Give me an example of
Hospitals.
philosophy.
Ethics is the perceivable world. Ethics is what we can perceive.
Ethics is
Yeah.
in like.
I'm into ethics, social and political philosophy. That's my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Like, there's all
give
these
me an
different
example.
little
How can
branches of philosophy. Like there's ancient philosophy. There's like modal logic. Like the physicists like had logic for a second, and they were like, no, philosophers should have to deal with that. We don't want to. Like logic has more to do with philosophy. I don't know, which makes no sense to me.
who's your favorite
So he's a
So
very
that
like
has nothing to do with him philosophy. He was just good at getting out of a
no,
shitty
but then
situation.
he like spent his life like writing about like the fascists who bullied him as a child. Like okay,
We all had
okay,
bullies. We all had bullies. I still have
yeah,
bullies.
but did they turn out to be Nazis?
But
Maybe.
yeah, it turns out like
Maybe
those bullies are
from Ohio.
even I guess worse because but
Cowboys.
yeah, we still have bullies. I still get bullied here.
Yeah. No, I get
You
that.
still, yeah, we all have bullies. Who doesn't have a bully? Everyone's got a bully in some regard.
Okay, so their big work is called Dialectic of Enlightenment, which like the grand theory of that book is that in primordial times, back before man like developed civilization and built like the known world, nature was this like crazy force that we couldn't reckon with that terrified us, right? There were like monsoons, there were hurricanes, like it was so mythical to us that we
It
made all
still
these myths.
is. It
It
still
still is,
is.
especially with
Yeah.
climate change. But like we made all these myths to explain it, right? To be like, oh, there's this thunder god that da da da. And then
Right,
their
right.
theory is that during I'm gonna botch
By the way,
name.
we still do this with there's this magical guy in the sky that says this and that.
Yeah,
we
for sure.
still
Yeah.
are under that same umbrella. But I didn't
Yeah.
mean to interrupt
That's
you.
true. No problem. So from those myths, then during the scientific revolution, during enlightenment, like scientists made like science, but it came from the myth. So it's like still bound up in the myth. Like science is
Right.
bound up in the myths. So we didn't really escape it. And they have this fascinating theory about how the goal of the scientific revolution of the age of enlightenment was the disenchantment of the earth, was to make everything known. We want to measure everything, we want to quantify it, we want to understand it and control it. The whole aim was to install man as master of nature. And human beings, like they say, like man knows other humans as well as he can control him. Like
Right.
it's very
And
interesting.
what year is the Age of Enlightenment? Like what's the time period?
Like 1500s,
1500? And who was the
maybe
one in
1600s.
charge of that?
Francis
Uh,
Bacon kind of kicked it
Francis
off.
Bacon. That's my
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, Francis Bacon. Yeah.
I'm gonna look him up. Francis
Yeah.
Bacon.
Mhm. I mean, this is when there was no separation of like church and state, when like the priests had a lot to say. I don't know,
They still do have
like
too much.
religion.
They still do have too much to
And
say.
it's getting even increased more in Texas. Do you see that? That like the Bible can be incorporated into scientific teachings. Our court system is so messed up right now.
Yeah. We definitely we got issues. We definitely have
Yeah.
issues. Tampaletic converters. I don't think she really looks like
I don't know.
Ariana Grande.
Who said I do?
No, Bob Levy, who's been on this podcast a bunch. He's also like everyone here is familiar with Bob Levy,
Oh.
but they're just assuming you're his daughter because he's got a stepdaughter that looks like Ariana Grande. So that's why they're
Okay.
saying that. So they're saying
That's funny. Okay. People say it looks like Grace Gummer, Meryl Streep's daughter.
There you go. That's not bad.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Meryl Streep's a great act. You know what?
Mhm.
I don't. When she was younger, not that she was. I thought she was attractive, but she wasn't crazy attractive. But the thing about her,
Mhm.
she was pretty, but at the same time, she's such an amazing actress that it made
Mhm.
her even better looking. If that makes sense.
Yeah, she was so talented. She could play so many different roles. Like some people, all they can do is one role.
I realized. So my buddy Eric Kurtzberger,
Mhm.
I gotta get him back. But he's been in like seven or eight Super Bowl commercials. He's the red M&M. What else? I'm trying to think of some of his commercials that he's done. Remember there was an old cell phone commercial where some football players in the hospital, and he plays the doctor, and he's on his cell phone, and the guy goes, he's like, don't worry. He's like, you're going to be the guy goes, he deleted him from his fantasy football team. Oh, right in front of him as a doctor. It's a very like dark comedic commercial, but it was hilarious. This is yours. I'm not doing it any justice, but he's an amazing actor. And I would do sketches with him for like Adam TV. And that's when I realized like, I will never be an actor. Like he was just like so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I stink next to this guy. We did a
Yeah.
tutor sketch and he could do like a British accent and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm like,
There are
I
people
just
who are
suck.
classically trained. Yeah, they have range.
He's fucking, I got to get him back on here. He's a good dude. He lives in Queens. He's just an actor full time now.
Oh.
Yeah, he quit doing comedy from what I know, but
Hmm.
yeah, he would act circles. Like it was
Acting, I feel where more money is than comedy.
there's no money in comedy. We can't even afford to get to our spots now with this $9 fucking congestion fee.
Insane. I really hope to fix the MTA. Yeah, well,
New Jersey
why does
Ranger,
it
who's a
fall
good
on
egg.
people who don't use the MTA? That's what bothers me. Like if we're driving, we're not touching the MTA. Raise the MTA.
Well, I'm gonna have to MTA it now. I have no choice. I would just drive because I can go to multiple spots in a night.
Right.
If I have to, here's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to MTA it
Mhm.
and then city bike it.
Mm.
I'll have to get a city bike.
Well, if you go
Either
past
that-
9, it's affordable.
If I go by what?
If you go past 9 p.m., it's somewhat affordable. If you can just make your spots late.
Yeah, but if I'm doing
A 6 and 8.
2 spots, yeah, I got to be in there early. I try to
Mhm.
do at least 2 spots, and then also because like I'm not in New York City all the time, I like to go hang out at a club, just
Right, to remind them. Yeah.
you know, just to like also and just to like reconnect with like friends of mine that I don't get to see all the time.
Mm.
So, but New Jersey, they need to congestion pricing to fix the MTA, bro. I hope you're right, New Jersey Ranger. He gave me a magic card. You in a Magic the Gathering?
Vaguely.
Oh, no, not so much.
Vaguely.
What if he's a handsome guy, New Jersey Ranger? Does that change it?
No. What's with the $199?
What's that? Oh, that's how much he paid to they get super chat.
For my panties? Okay.
Yeah. But he's a good man. He showed up to my birthday party. Ozone, who's a good egg. Do you have the legend block? He asked me to ask you for her number. Oh. The legend,
He's a legend.
he's a guy who's he's a fan of some podcasts. He likes to like kind of troll around a little bit, but I did there was a woman on my podcast once and he was super chatting and they took an interest in each other. She asked for his phone number. He said yes, she can get. So they talked. I guess it didn't work out. So now it's a running gag. I'm done playing matchmaker. I'm done. No more matchmaker. Matchmaker Ray is retired.
Yeah.
I'm out of the game.
It's so tough to play matchmaker because they
I'm
always
done.
blame you when it falls apart.
Yeah, it fell apart, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just the guy in the middle.
Mhm.
You know?
You guys to make this plane take off. Yeah.
Yes, I drove you to the airport. Is that my fault the plane crashed? I
Yeah.
drove you to the airport. You crashed the plane.
Yeah.
So you just asked for a ride to the airport, and I was like, all right, I'll give you a ride. And then
Yeah.
the plane crashes. Well, it's all because that asshole drove me to the fucking airport.
Right.
And it's like, you try to do nice things. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying, Zoe?
I lost my wallet yesterday for like 50 minutes and then I found it. New York
Really?
City. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I was on 88th and 3rd Ave. And I paid I didn't know. I wouldn't have gotten it. Banana bread was $6. And I tipped it was $7 for a piece of banana bread like this big. It was good though. And then I was visiting my friend in the hospital.
That's
on
cheaper.
68.
That's cheaper than driving into New York City.
I know. It's like when I was like a new comic and mics were $5, I would look at things in terms of $5. And now I'm going to look at things in terms of $9.
Yeah, that's also like the biggest scam in comedy. Like,
$5.
no,
Like,
just pay to go on stage. That's just cringy.
Yeah.
I get
lucky
like you
not.
got to buy something. Like, okay, buy a drink,
yeah.
but
That
just
makes
give me
sense. Just go to the
$5
venue.
to go on.
Well, I hosted a
Ah.
mic and the club just takes it. I don't even make money from it.
But that's also like nothing. Like I would do Shiva Mason shows back in the day
Mhm.
where like I would just have a spot, but they were like bringer shows for the bringer
Mhm.
had to like bring,
Mhm.
and nothing was more cold than like a bringer having like like I saw it. I didn't see it often, but I did see it where they were like one or two people short, but some of their friends showed up, and she did not let them on stage, and I was just like, "You're
That's
kidding me,
horrifying.
right?" He's
That's
like, "I can't, because
horrifying.
then they're not going to bring people in." I'm like, this is just dirty.
Yeah.
Like their friends are sitting in there waiting for them to go on stage.
Mhm.
I'm like, you gotta put them up.
Yeah, and they pay to
How?
watch their bringer. They have to sit through other bringers. Like,
Yeah, it's like, how are you not gonna put them up? I hope she did put them up, but she was like mad at them. And I was like, and I'm like, come put them up. I was like, I'll
what a
give up
daily
my
run for
spot. You
you.
gotta fucking put them up. How you not gonna put them up?
Yeah. Well, I've seen that happen at clubs I respect. It's a sad thing. They're like strict.
It's like, come on, man. They already got some people here.
Like if you're like one person short, they're still like, sorry. And it's like, yeah, but my people paid $25. I'm so happy I'm past the bringer phase.
Oh, but it made me feel like scum. Like somehow I'm attached to it. I don't want this new comic to be like, well, oh, I remember Ray DeVito. He was on the show where they wouldn't let me.
He didn't even have to bring anyone.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
so that's but no, the legend's not blocked. Everybody I want a friendly zone here, but no more matchmaking. I'm done matchmaking.
No,
I'm only here to unmatch people.
$120?
Johnny Carson, who's a good actor, he was also at my birthday party.
Huh.
He's a fisherman. He's a real life
See that?
Popeye. He looks like Popeye.
I see that.
Each 18-wheel truck going over the GW bridge is about 120. Damn.
Right, but the thing is that goes to the corporation that's like making money off those consumer goods. Like us, like we're comedians, like it doesn't really matter if we can't, if we have to MTA it. But what about like a teacher who lives in Rockland who doesn't have public transit and she's already paying on gas and tolls and now this additional toll has been tacked on? Like it's gonna affect blue collar workers.
I think that could be a tax write-off for her too.
You think so?
Yeah, if she's going to work.
But it's still
Like I
it's still
think that
tolls from her limited income. Like,
no,
the
I
people who
hear
work
that.
at comedy clubs, like the servers at comedy clubs who have to drive in, like they're like, oh my god.
Yeah, especially the ones that drive in and the club's not busy and then they get cut as soon as they walk in. You're just like, ah.
Yeah. Comedy's a cruel industry, huh?
It is cruel.
Yeah.
Who's not cruel? Johnny Carson. He's a good man. Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray. Are we sure this is better than Dalverse stuff? Z's. I'm putting him to sleep. No, this is no drama. She's a nice lady. We're talking about real life issues here, Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray. Come
You like
on.
my philosophy thing?
Come
Like,
on. We're learning about
is he from
philosophy.
Europe?
Yeah, he's from Europe.
Huh. Cool.
And then he's got a picture of me. I'm his avatar.
Yeah.
Uh,
So what? It's like 9 p.m. in Europe.
I think 5 hours different. So 8 o'clock. I think they have more than one time zone in Europe. I don't
Yeah.
know where in Europe he's at. But $120. Think about that. How many pairs of underpants can you sell for? I'll give you all my underpants for $120. Anybody want my underpants?
I think I'm gonna have to start selling my underwear to pay for congestion pricing.
Yes.
I think I found the solution.
You got to do it.
That could be like 2 months of congestion pricing.
Yeah, if someone wants to buy my underpants, please tell me. Sign, seal,
market.
deliver. I'm yours.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. This is not a lot of drama.
No, it's not a lot of drama.
We Ozone. Zoe grossed right out by saying the word panties. Oh, yes, man.
I don't even call them that. I call them underwear, but he called them panties. I feel like once you sell them, they become panties.
They become panties. Yeah. Nobody's buying.
But they're
Yeah. If
underwear.
someone's like, I want to buy your
underwear.
underwear. It sounds like they just legitimately like want a pair of underwear. I call them underpants.
Mm.
Also, when it comes to guys, what are you into underpants wise with them? Are you you like it better when they got boxer
I
briefs?
like boxers. I don't like briefs. It's too tight. I'm like, what are you doing trying to be a girl? Like, give me boxers.
So
Also,
you
boxers are comfy. Like if I
um,
like don't have like pajamas at a guy's, I'm like, give me those boxers.
what do you think about tighty whities?
Oh no,
No,
gross.
guess what I am out of those three?
Tighty whities.
I'm tighty whities.
Yeah.
I am tighty whitey. Those are my underpants.
Mhm.
You know why,
Secure.
Zoe? That's why
Yeah.
you want them. It's like a male push-up bra. It keeps everything right there.
Mm.
Everything's right there. I don't
Mm.
accidentally sit on something. I don't got to be,
You
I run.
got
It
tough.
keeps, yeah.
Mm.
I run. They don't go swinging all over the place like fucking wind chimes. You keep them. It keeps them right there.
Uh-huh. Up against the body.
Yes. But they say it is tougher to
Procreate?
yes, it's tough, which is fine. I don't think anybody wants a baby of
I think
mine.
let's talk about that. I think it's crazy people are having kids now. Who's having kids in this day and age? I was hanging out with my friend who's 30 the other night, and she was like, yeah, I feel like the world's got like 10 years left. I was like, yeah, that feels accurate.
Oh, so you're saying you never want kids? What are you?
No,
where are you at?
I theoretically want kids, but it just makes no sense with the way like it's not even politics. It's like the environment, the way the environment's going. Like we're gonna have no clean water in 10 years.
You think we're gonna lose clean water?
Yes, we're rapidly losing clean water.
I think.
There's forever plastics in all the water.
What's
We're
in
all coming out
the
to
water?
Poland. Like food's getting worse. Like
It's gonna be fine. What's his name's in RFK's in charge of the FDA now, right?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
We're all gonna.
Wait, Elon Musk, head of Department of
Everyone.
Government-
I look how every one of his buddies got a job. Isn't he buddies with Tyson? Tyson's gonna get a job.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson will have a job now.
yeah.
So what about Elon? What were you saying?
Well, I feel like he's gonna gut NASA. He's gonna gut NASA, Elon Musk. So then they're gonna privatize SpaceX. I just feel like everyone's gonna cut. Like it's gonna become an oligarchy. Like they're gonna buy up all this. Like everything's gonna become privatized. Like it's just gonna become certain families have all the money, and then like there's no middle class in America. There's just like poor, the haves who aren't happy, and then the haves.
Yeah, that's why, like, for me, like, the only president that mattered during my lifetime that did something as an adult that helped me out was Obamacare. Just made health, it just made it affordable.
Yep. Uh-huh.
My health insurance went
It
from.
wasn't an art. I was like, it is socialism. I was like, hey, look at that.
But it just made, I was just paying 200 instead of 600. It literally just like cut it to like 1/3. And it's like, oh my gosh, like this is. It's like, yeah, why should I be? And not only that, like I wouldn't go to the doctors when I had to go to the doctors just because the co-pays and everything. I was like when I should be going to like I'm paying $600 a month. Why I should be going to the doctor? And it turns out I get 9 epileptic seizures. Well, I do now, so
you needed to go to the doctor then.
So I need to go to the doctors, and I gotta go see a neurologist every few months. I just have to, otherwise I could die, and I don't want to die. I want to be alive so I could
watch the end of civilization come to fruition.
Yes, so that's what Mr. Rapey, Miss Ray, Zoe, you seem lovely. Don't let Ray hand you over to his psychotic abuser friend like you did that last girl. No more matchmaking here.
Thank you, Mr. Ray P. Ray. Does he get that it sounds like Rapey Ray?
Yes. That's why I call him Mr. Rapey.
He's like,
Mr.
but I give
Ray.
you €5 a month. God damn it.
Yeah. So Digger 74. Zoe, is your gaydar going off as you talk to her? They think I'm gay.
I think he's a straight man, guys.
Yes. I say all the time, I wish I was gay. It'd be
I
so
feel the
much
same
easier.
way.
Yeah.
Women would be so much better for me personally.
That's how I feel.
Yep.
I wish I
mean,
was.
it's easy for guys to get laid with Grindr.
I don't want any part of Grindr. I do not want any part of Grindr. I do not. Like I
Right.
said,
That's why you're not gay. I ran into this cool girl yesterday in the East Village, a girl from high school, a girl who was like older than me, who I looked up to. Like she was like a model, you know, like
damn.
she had a thing with a celebrity, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Like, I don't know. She's so beautiful. She's so tall. Like I have a girl crush on her. And I was like, Violet. And we chatted and it was so cool. It made me so happy. But I was barking. This is the one day a month I bark is for my monthly because I don't know how to get people in otherwise. Because I throw all my social capital at my weekly. So
yeah, there's no shame in like promoting your own show.
Yeah.
Like you got to do that.
I know. And it's one day a month. I tell myself that. I'm like, if it was a weekly, I wouldn't be able to keep it up. But it's Battle of the Sexes themed. It's very cool. You should come do it soon. Men versus women.
I'm down. We get some of these chatters come out to shows. They'll come out to shows in New York City.
Cool.
Unless Leo Gunn shows up, he's a good man, but he's got to focus on the comedy show. No, he's at my comedy show listening to podcasts, and but Johnny Carson's come to shows before. A lot of these people have come to shows before.
Cool.
But no, Leo's a good guy. He's bigger than me. If he wasn't bigger than me, I'd have to hurt him. But he's lucky. He's a little bigger than me. Otherwise, I'd have to set him straight. But yeah, like I said, I wish I was. So this girl you grew up with, you had a crush on her?
Like a girl crush. Like she was like so cool, you know? Like I wasn't cool in high school. She was cool.
And and she's a model now,
like she was straight up a model. Like she went to FIT. Like I'm 5'5". I'm the average height for a woman. She's 5'10", you know? So she just like to me.
So you literally have to look,
you know?
So you literally had to look up to her.
Yeah, no, I was like, Violet, like, hi. Like she like was like blowing past me, like, no, I don't want to come to the show. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like once we chat, like I said, Violet, she's like, oh, like, hi, you know, like, but yeah, that was cool.
So that's cool. And can you say who she is, a model? Like, or no, you don't want to do that?
Well, I don't know if she actively does it, honestly.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then don't. I thought
she was a
public.
She was in like 17 magazine. Like she was like.
I'm going to say if she's a public figure model, then people be like, oh, hey. Well, yeah.
No, so her Instagram was private. That's why I don't think.
Okay. Well, then she's not a public.
Yeah.
So so have you ever like so you have been attracted to girls? Have you ever like because girls, for some reason, it seems like girls are allowed, like as a guy, I have no desire to fucking ever do anything with another dude. Like I'll give him a hug or a fist bump.
Woman's beauty, but I'm not trying to like get in her panties.
Can you do that? Can women do that? You know, like
yeah.
You know how,
you're like, oh, you're so beautiful. Like I love everything about you, but I'm not trying to fuck you. You know, like it's different.
You know how like dudes, like football players after games will like exchange jerseys with each other? Can women do that on the street when they see another woman they're attracted to? Be like, oh, here you go. And like exchange panties. Like you give her her panties, she gives you yours.
Septum ring is like the quiet. I'm into women.
The what is? So if a ring right there.
Yeah.
So if a septum rings means that's code for women to let other women know that they're into women.
Yep.
Who told you this?
A friend with a septum ring.
A friend with are you sure that's just not what?
She's bi. And she like she met my grandma and she like hit it. She like flipped it up.
Like your grandma is gonna be hip on that? Your grandma's gonna know
well, no, she wouldn't.
Your grandma's gonna get this lesbo out of here. What?
Like so horrified someone would pierce that.
Oh, I thought she did it because she didn't want your grandma to know that she was bisexual.
Ask her out, yeah.
Yeah, your grandma saw that ring, and your grandma's like, "All right, here's my underpants.
I'll give you a discount this time. First one's free."
So septum rings. How do you spell septum rings? I want to see.
SEPTUM.
What? How do you spell it?
SEPTUM.
SEPTUM.
Tum.
Okay. I'm trying to see our septum piercings queer culture.
Yeah.
That's what and this is what it's coming back saying to me. I want to know. Watch, I'm going to show up on my next, if it is, I'm going to show up on my next podcast with the septum ring.
I think it's really just for girls, though.
I'm into girls. I got to prove to these
Okay.
people I'm into girls.
The
They're
guys might
questioning me.
be into you.
Yeah. Yes, it's definitely part of queer culture. That doesn't mean only LGBT community has them at all, or that you can assume someone with one is queer. But for a number of reasons, septum rings and body modifications in general have taken root as part of queer culture for at least a few decades now. Well, this is on Reddit, so it's got to be true.
It's archived. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, it's clearly this is the news right here. This is clearly what's according to someone else. I'm gay and it's not a yes for sure. Nah, but it's not a sign. So all right, so someone's saying
It's
no.
not a sign.
So okay, so
They're saying it is a sign.
I've
Maybe
seen
they're
more people with septum piercings than more side chest. What's a side chest person? A sea heist?
Cis het, like cisgendered heterosexual.
Oh, it's one of those genders I didn't learn when I was in school. We didn't
Well, I
have that
think we're-
gender left.
We're both cisgender heterosexual.
I'm cisgender.
Yeah, you're cis het.
I have
You know
to.
what cisgender means?
Are
It's
you
just
saying this
not
because?
transgender? It's just you identify with the gender you were born into.
Oh, so I'm
I
cisgender.
feel
All right.
so grateful that I identify as a woman. Have you ever thought about that? Like, imagine if you, like, born as a man, were like, well, I feel like a woman. Like, that would be just
I
such a pain
feel
in the
like a
ass.
woman.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But you have to transition. It just seems so difficult. It's expensive. It's complicated.
So
You
this
have to put it
cisgender is
in.
something you know about. It's not just something you learned about in philosophy school.
I went to a really hippie undergrad institution where, like, before, like, pronouns were a thing, we were like, Zoe, she, her pronouns. So, like, like, transgender people, like, ruled supreme in my undergrad, you know? Like, you had to apologize for being a cisgender heterosexual woman.
Really? Where was this school?
Yeah, Amherst, Mass. It's a hippie school.
That is a hippie school.
Hampshire College. You know Hampshire College?
Now, do
They
you
used
think?
to have SNL skits about it with Jimmy Fallon smoking a bong. You don't even get grades at that school. You get written evaluations.
So they didn't even have grades?
Yeah.
So what's my grade point average like? What do you think your grade point average should be?
Well, no,
And
they
I'm
would
like,
legit be like,
4.
Zoe's very smart, but she seemed disinterested in what the other students had to say. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
note. I'll pretend to care.
and what'd you go to school for there?
Legal theory, political theory, philosophy.
Fucking
like-
you love this philosophy
I like
shit.
philosophy, yeah. Yeah.
You're
I mean,
damn
comedy's
in.
pretty close to philosophy, you know?
It is.
Yeah.
So I suck at philosophy too.
No, you talk about
See,
like how to live, like what's a good life, you know?
I don't know. I'm still
I mean,
trying to
Anthony
find out.
Jeselnik was a philosophy minor. Sarah Silverman went to NYU and did philosophy for a little bit, and then she sat in on philosophy classes after she dropped out.
Damn, I guess if you're doing jokes, I could see it being part of it, but like if you're just looking for like quick punchlines, it's kind of tough. Like philosophy seems like more
It's
long-winded.
logic based.
I'm all about logic. I am logic based. When people think of me, they're like, "What's logical?" And they're like,
Ray
"Fuck."
DeVito.
They're like, "He's on it."
The most logical of all the DeVitos in showbiz.
I'm fucking hell yeah, dude. I'm fucking logical. I could have been a
Yeah.
philosopher.
Uh-huh.
What
Uh-huh.
philosopher do I remind you of out of all the famous philosophers?
Nietzsche. I'm kidding.
Do I Nietzsche?
The Uberman.
Nietzsche? Ray Nietzsche?
Nietzsche.
The
Nietzsche.
So this is who I am, Friedrich Nietzsche.
Yeah.
Now, was he a good guy? Does it turn out he was like crazy
He was
racist?
good, but then his sister-in-law used his works and like brought it to the Nazis and was like, take this and go forth. Like he wasn't a Nazi, but his stuff was
Oh.
used to make the Nazis feel like they were, yeah.
Oh, so he's not a good guy. Well, he didn't mean to be
Well,
a
he was
bad
a
guy.
good guy. His stuff was just misused.
So you think if
But
there's
no,
a
I mean, your thing about like a man in the sky, like that was his. He was like, God, there's no God. Like, what do you like man is God. Like, what are you talking about?
well, that's what. Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying there's not a God. It's not what anyone said, if there is one, if that makes sense.
That does, yeah.
Like, it's not like whatever's written about in a book. None of us know. None of
Yeah.
us, we're all agnostic, whether we like to believe so or not.
Mm.
It doesn't matter who you are. You have no clue, and I have no clue. So yeah, this guy
I
seems
grew up an atheist. I grew up a Jew.
an atheist. Well, how do you know there's definitely not? Get what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that there is or there isn't. If you ask me, I mean, again, you could. Again, I'm an idiot.
I lived in a house that was haunted. I didn't believe in haunt until I lived in a house where there was like things were moving.
There's no such things.
3 a.m.
There's no such thing as ghosts. There's just not.
You live in a house that was built in the 1600s by slaves, and you tell me
I don't think
when you hear voices in the kitchen at 3 a.m. It was such a creepy house. Like
so
my first night,
if you think there's ghosts, then why don't only humans have ghosts? Wouldn't there be like dog ghosts?
well, I feel like dogs have dog ghosts, but humans have human ghosts.
So how come
I
dog
feel like
ghosts
it's
don't?
interspecies.
How come dog ghosts don't bother humans?
Because they're just interested in haunting dogs.
Have you seen dogs? I know so many dogs that hate other dogs that love humans.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that dog want to hunt humans?
No, because they love humans. I don't know. I just think we can't. I don't know. I'm not really.
I mean, I saw the movie Ghosts. Just because you're a ghost doesn't mean you're automatically evil. Remember, like, there's ghosts that, like, kind of like he would look out for Demi Moore.
The ghosts I lived with.
The ghosts you lived with mean?
They were mischievous. No.
What did they do to you?
They just like laughed. Like it was just creepy. Like I would come home and a plant would be knocked over.
They were, so you had the ghosts that like were just trying out their new skills of like knocking things over, moving objects.
It was terrifying.
You had laughing ghosts?
Yeah.
As a comedian, you're supposed to like laughs. It's supposed to make you feel relaxed. Remember? You learned this in philosophy school. It's comforting getting laughs.
Is a release of nervous energy.
Yeah. So maybe the ghosts were just nervous around you, and that's why they were laughing.
I heard a drill one night. It was a very sketchy.
You have ghosts that have power tools?
Yeah.
Your ghost has power tools?
Yeah.
You have. Are you like Snow White instead of 7 dwarfs? You have 7 ghosts that just, you kind of look like Snow White. I could see it. You have like 7 ghosts following you around. One's got power tools. One's
fittings.
Yeah. One's over there
like,
laughing.
Oh, Ray in Ohio.
There's like another one that's like grumpy. He's always got a grumpy ghost. You have a happy ghost. One with power tools. AI Ray, I'm so broke, I can't afford to get to my own gig. Guess my jokes will have to travel by word of mouth because I sure can. Damn, that's a shot at me. Damn. Damn, AI Ray. Also from Europe. Oh,
yeah, I see that.
Come on, AI Ray. I hear you. I'll be on my bike in the middle of winter. And that's what sucks. It's that time of year, too, that it kicks in. So it's like the worst time of year for it to happen on top of it. So someone going to have to work with. Ozone, Ray, give Zoe a little tour of your bedroom / parents, friends, basement. That's a treadmill that nobody uses. There we go. There's an autographed baseball by Wade Boggs.
Cool.
There's a pack of football cards from 1987.
Wow.
There's it says fuckface on the card. It's an error from one of.
That's an error?
Yeah. They released it. It
was a joke?
No. They took the picture. They didn't realize.
Is it fuckface? That's pretty
it said fuckface on the bottom of the bat.
Yeah.
So they had to recall all the cards to like get rid of. So
you were like, never.
Yeah. So I got one.
Can't take this away from me.
They re-released it with just like a black mark over where it says fuckface. I got one that says fuckface. So it's a very popular baseball card when I was a boy, and now I'm an adult. I still have it. I still like the card. But
you out there.
Yes.
It's like one of the books being burned.
But this is it. You play your cards right, you could be living in someone's basement too in your middle ages. Cross your fingers. Sell those underpants. Sell those underpants.
Yeah.
Flavorino, Kirschberg dated my ex and got my sloppy seconds. Oh Jesus! Oh, you know Eric's a great guy. I got to get Eric on here.
Who's Kirschberger?
Eric Kirchberger is a comedian I was talking about, the actor.
Oh,
Acted circles around me. He was
I hate
fantastic.
that sloppy seconds. That's so demeaning to women.
Yeah, it also like, well, I mean, if you got a guy that had a girl, everyone's sloppy seconds,
Yeah.
unless it's a virgin.
A lot of people are like sloppy 20s.
Yeah, it's always sloppy. It's always sloppy. That's the one thing. It's very
Right.
sloppy. It makes it sound like they were exhausted when they go to their next one. Like they're very exhausted. Like, all right, I got to do it. Where am
Sounds
I
like
on the list?
Your ex dated up.
Yeah. Yeah. How many Super Bowl commercials were you in, Flavorino? Huh?
$2 a month.
Yeah. He's a good man, Flavorino. Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray. Zoe isn't. Let me stop you right there. The last time Ray found profound enlightenment was when he learned gyms have towel service. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. He's like, don't bother with the philosophy.
I like when a gym has towel service because I don't got to bring a towel. Because like I was saying before, when I have to bring a towel and I shower, then I put it on my trunk and it's still like a little damp, and then it's like a little, that residue of
Yeah.
a damp.
I'll use a gym's towel, but like it's always so gross,
You know what?
And
I
like,
feel
how many
the.
people use this towel?
I hear you, but I feel the same way when I'm at restaurants sometime and they give you silverware. I'm like, how many people's dirty mouths was this in, and how good did they wash? Because I used to, when I was in high school for a minute, I washed dishes in a kitchen.
And you know what bullshit it is.
Yeah, they don't really care. They're making the least amount of money in the restaurant. They're just like, like they're not. There'll be a lot of time. There'll be like food in that tray, and they don't even remove the food. Sometimes just take the silverware out.
You're ruining restaurant eating for me.
Yeah, and you're just like, what's going? So,
especially as I was raised vegetarian, so I'm like grossed out by meat.
So
that's especially gross.
So you were raised a vegetarian and you decided to stick with it? Did you even try meat?
I went farther. No, because it's like dead. It's rotty and it grosses me out.
But it's delicious.
Yeah. Like I don't want to touch it. I don't get how people let it pass through their lips.
They do.
I know. Most of humanity consumes the other animals, but not me.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but I was just equating it to like how you were saying towels. I was saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
About that. So yeah, yes, but I do like when gyms have towel service.
Mm-hmm.
But man, what if someone? Yeah, so you got to be really picky. If someone makes food and you go there, you really got to know like what's going on with it.
Yeah.
What if you accidentally ate?
I go to a lot of vegan restaurants. New York City's
okay.
like I literally just ate Don Don noodles that came from a vegan Szechuan restaurant in the East Village last night.
What do you do for protein?
This was like Beyond Beef. Like nuts, beans.
Do you eat
everything?
Do you eat fish or you don't eat fish?
No, pescatarians eat fish. Vegetarians eat no animals.
Pescatarians. That's another one of those genders that didn't exist when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Another one of those philosophy terms. All this philosophy coming at me.
Yeah. Pescatarians are like, we don't eat land animals, but we'll eat anything from water.
Sam Adams. The whole is
the false.
The false. Does that apply to Ray?
That's a burn.
The whole is a false. So that apply. I don't know what that means.
Okay. So It's like atheism. The whole is false.
Okay. Oh,
Like
so that's
everything's wrong. Everything's false.
oh, everything's false or everything's wrong. Just because something's wrong doesn't make it false. Like,
Yeah.
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if someone smashes your window with a baseball bat, I mean, that's wrong, but it's not false. They still did it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
The
So,
window was not false. It was real. Yeah.
yeah.
Now it's just broken.
So come on, you're the philosopher. What is that? I could be a philosopher with this, right? Where do I fit in? I'm
No,
Nick's.
philosophy's like how well you can bullshit, like how smart you can sound.
Oh, I'm out. I'm out. I don't sound smart. Even when I'm right, I don't sound smart.
Like at Columbia, people were just like talking above each other, like I asked a friend once, I was like, how do you like I feel like I understand you, and he was like, oh, I don't understand me. Like the whole point is like the professor can't. I don't know. I can't use it though in philosophy circles. Like the equivalent of like you don't believe me is like, are you questioning my epistemic authority? Like
Hell
that's just so
yeah.
different,
That's what they do to me all the time. They question that.
Your
What is it that
epistemic
they're-
authority, that you know what you know.
Yeah. What is that they're questioning about me?
That you know what you know.
The extracurricular. What did you call it?
Authority?
The what kind of authority?
Epistemology. It's
Epistemology, dude. They're always questioning my epistemology, dude.
Yep.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Will they quit questioning it?
Yeah.
I just want to stick to my eschatology.
They has epistemic authority.
It's the worst when they fucking question that shit.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They come at me, Zoe, and they question it. And I don't appreciate this questioning all the time.
But it looks like they contribute,
They're
I need
nice
to start a
people.
Patreon. What would I put on my Patreon?
Well, you do a bunch of
Reviews for
Instagram
me?
videos and stuff.
I do a lot of Instagram videos.
I think
Just
people
paywall it?
would. Yeah, I think people would, watch stream. Everyone seems to like you on the feedback here. I mean, they're going to give me shit regardless because that's what they do.
Yeah.
But
what, like $5 a month for access to just private Zoe thoughts?
yeah, well, I do $3. Join my Patreon, patreon.com/DeVito, $3. But yeah, it's
Yeah, because I feel like as comedians, we're forced to have all these different little income streams.
got to drive into the city.
Yeah.
To drive into the city. 4 more of these from Sam Adams, and I can afford to go to my spot next time I'm in New York City.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam Adams. Thank you to everybody here. But yes, the whole is the false. Tampaletta converters. Zoe, you can save money with Panera Sip Club. You also get free milk from them.
Do they have oat milk? I love it. This person's European, but they're like, you need to know. There's a Sip Club.
Yeah. Do they? It is.
I went into Panera Bread actually looking for I would never go to, like, I don't eat at Panera, but I went in looking for my wallet. I went into all these different little shitty shops, like Dave's Fried Chicken, places I would never go. I'm like, did someone hand in a wallet? They did at the Greek place on 88th, but I went up and down 83rd on 3rd Ave, from 83rd to 88th. And these two little shits, these two little white boys, Upper East Side white boys, like 12 years old, were like, I don't think you're going to find your wallet. And I was like, shut up. And then I did find it. And it's because I was persistent. It's because I went to 15 stores. And my dad's like, your persistence is
so you started talking about this before, and I think I'm an idiot and cut you off.
Yeah,
but how did you lose your wallet? Like
what
were
in
you
my pocket? But it's like 3rd Ave, which is like kind of like grimy. But someone just like found it on the floor and gave it to the closest establishment. So
that's fucking really cool, though.
I think there's $20 missing, but I don't mind.
Yeah, who cares?
Use my ID, my SAT insurance cards in there, my Bank of America cards in there. I kept checking for those 50 minutes. I kept checking Bank of America to see because the $6 fucking banana bread was on there. So I was like, if anyone charges anything, I'll know it's really taken. I'm so happy I didn't cancel. I tried to cancel my card and it was like too complicated.
Oh, really?
I'm so happy I didn't because now I have my card back. Yeah.
That's still trusting. I still would like check to. You know what I mean?
They didn't like swipe but they don't know. Oh, they do know. They don't know my zip code because actually my legal ID zip code is different from the zip code on my credit card, so they wouldn't be able to.
But also, I doubt they did take anything. But I once had a one of those vanilla gift cards or whatever those gift cards are. They're like a credit card with like $50 in it, and you could like use it anywhere. And someone, I got paid. I got paid with it, and I bought like one thing. In the bodega I went to, I know they took the number, and they used it on something, because the next time I tried to use that card, it had zero balance on it. And then I called Vanilla Gift Card, and they're like, well, you got to contact whoever gave you that gift card. I'm like, that's not on them. Like,
You're like, oh, don't make me talk to a producer about this bullshit.
It was a private show that I did. It's like, don't make me, like they hired me, and now I got to like question their payment. But it was pretty shitty to pay me in a fucking vanilla gift card. You know what I mean? To when you look at it like that, and how easy they could be scammed. And so someone told me, if you get a vanilla gift card, just buy something online with it and use all the money at once. Don't like use it a bunch of times. Just use it on one thing, because it could be gone. And that's what happened. Mr. Ray Legend says you can keep this one, Ray. Hashtag Diddy DeVito. Thank you, Mr. Ray. It's a good egg. Gray Lobster. Zoe. Ray may offer you
He already did. But I have my own car.
Yeah, Ray may offer you a lift to a gig in Deepest, Pennsylvania. Do not accept. All right.
So many Europeans. You have a very European fan base.
Yes.
Like
they're the only ones that get me.
Yeah.
I got to go across a pond. Yeah. They're all hanging out with Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi.
Yeah.
In this Trump-free land. Yeah. That's where they're all at.
Do you believe
thank
in
you,
profits?
Gray Loft. What's up?
Do you believe in profits?
Profits? Those are real people that existed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, anyone could be a prophet. It's not like you go to school to be a prophet. You have to get a certificate to be a prophet.
Who's the woman who was like, she was like born blind? I'm thinking like, I think it's like Vada. Like, but she predicted all this stuff that like kind of came to fruition around when she predicted. And she said that in 2025 that Europe's going to be plunged into a war, like a big war. And I'm sort of like, oh, should I visit before? I'm kidding. I don't believe in it. But I don't know. It's interesting.
There's always a war going on somewhere in Europe. Europe's a big place with a lot of countries. They all are so close to each other. There's always going to be a war in Europe.
Ukraine,
Yeah, there's always going to be conflict in there. Like they're all on top of each other. They all want their own little, they live literally 10 minutes away from each other, and they speak different languages. They're like, well, you get your own language and you speak that over there. We're going to speak our own gibberish over here. They
like,
can't get along with each other.
Yeah,
so there's always going to be tension. And just because you speak the same language, maybe that's a better thing. Maybe we'll get along better with people if we all spoke different languages. How can we argue if we can't understand each other?
Yeah.
I should be a fucking prophet. I'm a prophet now. I'm going to
raise the prophet.
Hey, Zoe, this dude Ray set up a good lady friend with the legend, stalked her with different phone numbers, threatened to. All right, no more. Quit weirding. I'm not. This has nothing to do. Thank you, Tigger, but this is. I'm not going to go on this subject matter anymore. Ray is gay. Well, we can agree on that. Hashtag Ray is gay. We can. We can all agree on that. But thank you, Tigger 74. But I have a guest on them. Not. I'm no more matchmaking out of this guy over here. Mr. Rapey, Miss Ray. Zoe, be honest. Was talking philosophy just you giving the cue to your friend to call you about a really, really big emergency and you have to leave?
That's funny. That's really funny. My friend did that last night with my show. He was like, I'm going to use your show as an excuse. And then he brought the girl.
There you go. Did they have fun?
Yeah, but like him and I are kind of trying to date, so it's kind of weird. He brought this one girl to
so he brought the competition.
Like, she was like really hot though, like model hot.
Damn, you know a lot of models.
Yeah, it's New York City.
What's
But she's like older. Like today, he was like, "Yeah, like I'm going through my like dating older women phase."
What is older?
I think he's my age. I think he's like 29, and she's like 42, but she looks incredible.
She looks incredible.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Are you mad though that if he
Well, as a producer, I was happy he filled 2 seats.
Oh, so you just
But they came, like, after my set. That was kind of annoying. They didn't get to see my
Oh.
set. I met him at a private party, and he was, like, so sexy that I said to my friend who's the producer, I was like, "Give him my number." I was, like, running to another gig. And I told him, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna like, the producer's gonna give you my number." And he thought I was joking, and then he was like, "Wait, the producer actually gave me your number."
That's how I met the lady. I'm not dating a lady, but a lady friend, and she was at a comedy show, and she asked. I
Producer
left.
training.
I left Brooklyn Comedy Club after my set to go do another show, and then the other comic goes, "Hey, the lady that was sitting up front over there, like she asked for your Instagram. She's going to message you."
Ooh.
So yeah, I've been talking with her, but
Ooh.
I mean, it's not. I to be honest with you, I think she's talking to a couple dudes. I don't think I'm
New York
her.
City, of course.
Yeah, I don't think
You
I'm her
gotta keep your
priority, which is
options
fine.
open.
I'm just happy I'm in the Rolodex when it comes around. I
Is
just
this
need a
legend?
heads
Is
up.
Leo Gunn legend?
No, Leo Gunn is not. He's a different guy. Leo Gunn's a good man. I think Zoe would like to hear more about the person she doesn't know named Leo Gunn. She seems really interested. He's
joking.
Yes. I'm done with the man. Beloved chatter, Ray, it's okay to be gay. Will not respect you. Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Love that
I hear you. He's a good man, beloved chatter. He's nice podcast doing. Hi Zoe, welcome to the Delverse. Ever date an ex Major League Baseball? They're all right. She's not in on this stuff. Nice podcast too. Hey Zoe, where are you at with genital piercings?
Scared.
Scared to get them or scared to see someone with them?
Both.
Both? Oh shit! Then
Don't
you
put
want
metal down there.
shit. Then you wouldn't like me at all. I am pierced up
pierced?
down there, all over.
No way.
No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
pierced.
insane. I had a friend in college who had nipple piercings, and she liked them, but she was like, "I feel weird when I'm home and I'm not wearing a bra because then my dad can see and he knows I'm a sexual deviant."
Yeah. Also, that'd be weird. I feel like because I wear tighty whities, if I had a genital piercing, it'd just be ripping up my underpants.
Yeah.
Like I'd be going through underpants all the time.
Well, I might start with this new financial scheme I got going. $800 a pop.
Mr. Rapey Ray's sissing in the hallway. So there's a song, a lady that was on there, her and her puppets.
Puppets.
A lady with a puppet. They sang a song. My sister's dog, when I moved back to Cleveland, an older dog, urinated in a hallway. And for a second, they were questioning me like I could have. It's like, who do you think did it? Me or the fucking dog? Wow. So now there's a song, pissing in the hallway. Ray was pissing it. So there we go. Sing. It's a sing along. We all like it. We're going to get ready to wrap up. I'm going to get you out of here. I'm just going to get through a couple of these super chats. Sam Adams 73. Ray is a cis/he. Yes.
Yes.
Cis. That's what I am. Yeah. You tell me my pronoun. You're the philosopher around here.
You are.
You're the Bjorn. Oh, hi, Ray. It's been a year since I stopped watching you and Kev. Just want to say Merry Christmas and all that stuff. Nice broad, by the way. You have a knack. Thank you, Bjorn. It's very nice, Bjorn. And he's in Norway, the Netherlands, wherever the NOKs are. Bjorn's okay. He's a good egg, I tell you. Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray. Zoe, do you like Sarah Silverman? She got her. I've been broken by a white nationalist. Ray's on his show all the time. Tell her, Ray.
I love Sarah Silverman so much. She's actually like her career is what I aspire to. Well, who's the white nationalist?
She lost her virginity to Kevin Brennan, who's a good egg. I'm on his podcast, and she was making fun of him for going on tour during Black Lives Matter. With I think it was Brennan and Aaron Berg. They called their comedy tour "White Men Matter." It was a joke.
That is funny. But I
Yeah,
can see how that
yeah, it was
would
a joke, and so she goes, "Yeah, he's a white nationalist."
I was just thinking of the Sarah Silverman roast, the Greg Giraldo roast of Sarah Silverman. It was really like Courtney Love. He was like, "What happened, Courtney? Like your career dried up faster than Sarah Silverman's pussy around guys who can't help her in the industry."
Damn,
Talking about that today. I love that there's so much.
damn.
It's such an elaborate.
Beloved chatter, Ray got his MBA for purely comedic.
You have an MBA, Ray?
I do. You want it?
Really?
I'll trade it. I'll be a
Oh my God.
philosopher,
You want my
and,
MA in philosophy?
and you be a master of business.
Administration.
Yes. You could learn your way around spreadsheets and financial calculators. A populist sometimes. Zoe, this ghost talk is weird. Ray doesn't like anything here. I try to keep this a weird free zone. Because and he's from Canada. Apocalypse Now. Yes, nothing weird. Ray, show her your bobbleheads. They're all put away. I have bobbleheads. You'll see it in a second. It's in Mr. Rapey Ray's
What a little
avatar.
community of people who roast you.
There,
and
yes,
actually
it's all
support you.
love.
It's such a
Yes.
weird-
Tigger 74. Zoe,
Is it
how do you feel
You mean
about
insulting? Insulting, yeah.
insulating women, insulting women by calling them 200-pound fat cows? Is that demeaning? That's very not nice to be doing that.
I mean, I was raised with no phobia but fat phobia, so
Yes.
I think it's the all phobia we can stand behind. Chelsea Clinton, pretty amazing.
Zoe, what about Chelsea Clinton? Pretty amazing, right?
I think she also doesn't eat the other animals, so sure.
She does
I don't know
what?
much about her, but she's also a Westchester girl.
There you go. Are you close with her? You guys buddies? No?
I've seen Bill Clinton though, up in Chappaqua,
Yeah.
running with bodyguards around him. Yeah, on a jog.
Just him and a bunch of cigars going up to young ladies, being like, touch my cigar, want a cigar? Here you go, girl, have a cigar, you're gonna go far. That's a Pink
Let
Floyd
me
song.
fuck you with it.
Yeah, those cigars. Ray mainly posts nudes on his page. Yes, Gustav, I do. I post nudes.
Patreon. Yeah, I don't have an OnlyFans, but someone commented on a video once, like, is it bad the first thing I looked for was an OnlyFans? I was like, okay.
Those underpants, sell those underpants. If the offer comes, get the money first and then
But
sell
then I
them.
can't marry a man who makes 7 figures.
You got to marry a man I got to marry a man that makes 7 figures. I'm in the same boat you are. Yeah. If I marry a doctor, it's got to be a dude doctor. I'm not going to marry one of those doctors that make just.
I don't know. Dermatologists make mid 6 figures.
But women only make 70% on the dollar. I need to get those big bucks, right?
That's why you should be gay.
Yeah.
What is a Shuli? I know what a Newport is, like a cigarette. What's a Shuli?
Shuli's Shuli Network. I used to be on that network. He was a producer for Howard Stern. Kevin, I do his podcast, and he refers to anyone who's Jewish as everyone's Shuli in his book if you're Jewish. So that's what. Yeah. So that's what. Yeah. Ray, can you explain to your friend what a Shuli and Newport? Oh, and in Newport,
a wasp.
No, it just means a black person.
That's the opposite of a wasp.
By the way, like Lemaire Lee's done this podcast. Phil Hunt. They all what?
Is this because Newport cigarettes are so cheap?
I get because no, even the black guys on this podcast go, yeah, that's so. I didn't come up with this name. This was
the first cigarette I ever smoked was a Newport. Actually,
is that true? Do you smoke cigarettes now?
No, I quit, but I'm kind of actively. I got rejected by a guy, and then I bought a pack, and then I got drunk, and I was actually with Ray Goots the last time I bought it. I just got so drunk at Comedy Village after hours with Greg and Ray. We were just hanging. That like when you get to a certain level, I was hungry, and then it gets to a certain level of drunk, and I just got up, got a pack. So I'm just slowly, because I'll have one a day, so it can last 20 days.
You won't eat meat, but you'll smoke that poison.
But an American spirit, so the best type of poison.
The best type, all right.
Most
at least it's American poison.
Yeah,
not this other poison.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson, Zoe, is it true my hot dog guy can make me one with everything? First attempt at a philosophy joke. Is it true my hot dog guy can make me one? Am I the hot dog guy? I used to
don't
sell
think
hot dog.
so. Johnny Carson. I'm trying to think of the first philosophy joke I wrote because I loved it, but no one else found it that funny. Oh, right. Like I'm not a drama queen. I just think that it's drama's like the one life worth living, something like that. Which you need to know like a touch of philosophy to find funny, so it never will play in front of a normal crowd.
Yeah, I'm a dummy, so I was just like that would have flew right over my head. Pink Blanket Strangler. Ray, show Zoe your NAMBLA member. I didn't know what NAMBLA was. So if someone once wrote in a super chat about NAMBLA, I go, yeah, I don't know what it is, but sure, I'm in. Turns out it's not a good thing. It turns out it's a real thing. It's
Nation of white supremacists.
about your travel on I-80. Because I travel I-80. Apparently there's a serial
It
killer.
looked like they smoked a lot of Newports. That's so insulting.
There's a serial killer on I-80, allegedly.
Oh.
And so because I'm on I-80, they think I'm the I-80 serial killer. I'm not. I'm way too lazy.
How does he get his victims?
I don't know. I don't know much about this. I don't know. Like, yeah, there's nobody hitchhiking on I-80. Zoe, you look like you have smoked a lot of Newports.
That's the part I thought was mean.
So yeah, see that was very rude. That was very mean. But we're all caught up on the super chats. What do you got coming up? What do you want to plug? What do you want to say? What do you want the people to know? Anyone who lives in New York
City, come to my show Wednesday, December 4th at the Perry Club in the West Village. It's called Professional Unprofessionals. You can find it online.
Is that the weekly or the monthly?
Yeah, that's my weekly. Yeah.
The weekly?
A monthly is December 22nd. Sunday, December 22nd at 8:30.
All right. I will.
Monthly.
Yeah, if you ever want to, I'm usually in New York the first or second week of a month. If there's ever time to do it, be happy to do it. If you want me to. If you don't want me to, it's all good. I think all spot pay will now be $9. I'm kidding. I do not want
I know.
You rule, Ray. Never change. Thank you, KB. See, she's a nice lady.
You're one female fan.
Yeah, I have a few female fans. It's the ladies don't super chat as much as the dudes.
That makes sense. I have a lot of male commentary on my videos. You guys can find me on Instagram.
There's her Instagram right there at Zoe Levy Comedy.
I talk a lot. I have a couple sketches I'm pretty proud of. I'm kind of sad they didn't blow up with Dominic Leonelli.
Oh, I love Dominic. Dominic's a good dude from Youngstown, Ohio. I'll have him back on this podcast.
Oh, I'll actually be in Ohio. I actually need to talk to you and see if with Greg and see if you have a show or two I could get thrown on.
All right, we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah, we'll talk about it offline.
But thank you, KB. Thank you, everybody. Zoe, do you know I'm not allowed to put that one up. Yeah, sometimes when they put naughty things in, and I'm like, I'm not allowed to.
Okay.
But thank you, Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray. Thank all you guys. Thanks, everybody. Check out Zoe on Mr. Rapey, Mr. Ray. He's a good egg.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for doing this. I love everybody. That's a show. Head over to MLC. Peace.
Yeah.